So everybody that knows me, okay, you just already know how unorthodox my family could be, okay? Mainly my dad, okay? The reason why I say that is because, I'm going to start this off with something, a little upsetting, but then you're all going to understand it's probably going to get better throughout the story, okay? I recently lost my dad to a drug addiction and everything about a couple months ago. With that said and everything, the whole process has been pretty hard and everything, but you find ways to get through it and all. And I noticed that it left for kind of an interesting and unorthodox childhood growing up and everything else, okay? It wasn't always drugs and everything else, okay? My dad went through an alcoholic phase and everything else, okay? What I'm trying to say is everybody's got that one uncle in the family, okay, that's really fucking awesome when he comes over. He's funny and everything else, okay? But he's always loaded. He's completely bombed and everything else, okay? And your whole family's like, oh, yeah, Uncle so-and-so stopping by and everything. And you just really count down the fucking seconds till he goes home and everything else. After that guy left your house, your crazy uncle left your house, okay? That was my dad. I dealt with that for the rest of the week, okay? I dealt with that 7 days a week, okay? So when you were a little kid, granted, okay, growing up and everything's very interesting growing up, dealing with that particular situation, okay? My dad came up with some very unorthodox ideas, okay? He's sitting in the house, he's sitting on the couch. This is just one that pops in my head and everything. One I'll never forget, okay? I'm about 8 years old, maybe 8, 9 years old, and everything. He's completely loaded. He's in the house. Okay, this is when he was going through his break drinking phase and everything else. He's got a 30-pack in the fridge and all. Okay, so I guess this is where I call it my dad's quarter conscious. Okay, kicks in. Okay, this is what I like to call it, the quarter conscious. Okay, the reason why I call it the quarter conscious is because he only had a quarter of a conscious. Okay, so he gets up, he's drinking. Okay, looks over to me. Okay, I'm playing on the floor and everything, doing my thing, watching TV, and he looks over to me. He goes, Jackson. Leans up, goes. So hey, you want to go catch some pigeons? When you're 8 years old, that sounds like a fun idea, okay? But as you get older and you realize how unorthodox it was for somebody to say something like that to you, you start realizing, like, wow, what the fuck kind of childhood did I grow up with and everything else, okay? But besides the point, okay, that's all that's aside. My dad tells me, he goes, yeah, let's go pigeon hunting and everything else. Okay, fuck it, you know what I mean? I'm a little kid, I don't know any better. My dad gets me in the car, he brings a beer with him and everything else, he's got the open can of beer. We went to Campbell Square, okay, when we first moved into the neighborhood, okay? And the reason why I bring that up is because everybody in Port Richmond knows, okay, Campbell Square is pretty much, it's a senior citizen park, okay? Everybody goes there, they feed the birds, they feed the squirrels, everything else, okay? It's freaking awesome, all right? But, my dad takes me there, and we decide to go catching pigeons. That's in his words, okay? Brings a roll of string. We grab this crusty-ass bread that we had sitting in the kitchen for at least a month. Who fucking knows? So we go down to Campbell Square and everything. Now, mind you, okay, I live on Cedar Street, okay, or I used to live on Cedar Street, and it's about maybe 5 blocks from my house, Campbell Square. Okay, it took us 15 minutes to get there. We drove there. Okay, we get in this fucking minivan that is completely destroyed and everything else, and we get all the way to Campbell Square. Okay, now we're looking around. Okay, the reason why I call it my dad's quarter conscious. Okay, is because it didn't always kick in. Okay, it was kind of like every once in a while the conscious will kick in. All right, so we're sitting there. He sits me on a bench and everything. We walk in. We finally get there, okay, which was fucking scary just trying to drive there because, like I said, it took us 15 minutes to get to Campbell Square, 5 blocks away. Okay, it was a scary car ride. We finally get there. We get out of the car and everything. And we're animal people. Let me also remind you that, okay, ahead of time, okay, we do not go out. And my dad wasn't like one of those people that, you know what I mean, went out to deliberately try to hurt animals or anything like that, you know what I mean? But when you're loaded, shit seems funny sometimes. So, my dad turns around and he says to me, we sit down on the fucking bench, and he leans back, and I'm watching him and everything. I'm getting excited. I'm a little kid. I'm like, oh shit, this is going to be fun. You know what I mean? We're going to catch a pigeon. I have no idea what I'm in for. No idea what I'm in for at all. So my dad looks over to me and he goes, all right, I'm watching him. He's making a lasso with his hands, like he's going to hang a little person. I'm like, what the fuck's he going to do? Now, in my mind being a kid, I'm like, okay, I'm watching, you know what I mean? I grew up watching Toy Story, all this other crazy shit and all. I'm like, how's he going to... He ain't fucking lassoing a pigeon. This ain't happening and everything else. But, I give it a benefit of the doubt. I'm like, all right, dad's got an idea. You know what I mean? He's loaded too. You know what I mean? He's completely bombed. So we're sitting there, and he makes the little lasso and everything, and he leans over to me and goes, all right, Jackson. He goes, I want you to take this string and take the bread, pull this out there, and put this string real big in a circle on the floor. I'm like, all right, Dad. You know what I mean? I run over. I'm excited. I'm a kid. You know what I mean? I set the string on the ground and everything. I make the lasso. I put, he gives me the bag of bread. I'm throwing bread in there. I'm all excited and everything. Now, I take a step, maybe foot, 2 back from the lasso at this point. And he's yelling at me. He's like, nah, come here, you gotta sit down. I'm excited. I'm thinking like, okay, as soon as he's gonna lasso this bird, I gotta grab this fucking thing or it's gonna get away. No, that wasn't the case. He tells me to sit down. I sit back on the bench and everything else. And my dad turns around to me and he's watching. He takes his beer, takes a sip. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there, and I'll never forget it. Never forget it, dude. We're being really discreet, mind you. Okay, when we're in there, we're setting everything up. There are senior citizens throughout the park. There are people feeding squirrels. Okay, there's old people feeding birds and everything else. Okay, everybody's having a good park, fun day. Okay, and then you get weirdos like my dad and myself walking in there. Okay, getting ready to do some crazy shit. So here, I'm sitting there and I'm here goes the quarter conscious. Okay, this is what I say. Okay, my dad, we go from being really, really discreet and everything else. Okay. So my dad holding the string, and I'm getting real quiet and everything. He's like, watch him, Jack, watch him. Here they come. So here he goes from looking around and everything, being real discreet, okay? These pigeons come down, they start eating the bread, okay? My dad jumps up now, okay? The discreetness is gone, okay? My dad jumps up like he's got a fucking 6-foot tuna on a goddamn fishing rod, okay? He swings this fucking line back and he's holding the goddamn line, okay? Mind you, what happens is when you have the little lasso and you're on the ground, okay? You pull it, the bird's foot is completely on the ground and it's got nails that go right to the ground so that the lasso slips right up and grabs onto the bird's leg, okay? So now we got one, okay? My dad, big slapped ass, okay? Now, mind you, my dad's not a small guy, okay? He's loud as shit because he's drinking because now we're the center of the attention in fucking Campbell Square, okay? He's got this fucking pigeon up in the air with the fucking string like he's got a fucking 6-foot tuna on the goddamn string. And I'm a little kid, I'm excited, I have no idea what's going on, and I'm looking into all the other people. The other people are shocked, the senior citizens, you hear them all and everything, they're all freaking out and everything. My dad's sitting there, he's holding the string, and he leans over, he goes, take it, and he hands me the string. And he goes, look, it's like a kite, and you don't gotta run with it. So he hands me the string, and as he hands me the string, I grab the string for 2 seconds. I got the string, I got this fucking bird's going crazy, trying to just fly around in a circle. I got a goddamn string by the goddamn leg, okay? And then my dad, I look over, and I'm smiling. I'm looking up at the bird, like, yeah, I'm having fun and everything, I'm a fucking idiot, okay? And I look over at my dad, and his face is changing, okay? Here, he's looking up, okay? This is where the quarter conscience kicked back then, okay? Now the quarter conscious kicked back then. My dad's sitting there, and he's looking around, and he realizes, we got all these fucking people watching us, man. This is getting weird, like, you know what I mean? So he goes over, and he grabs me, Jack, sit down. He grabs the string out of my hand and everything, okay? Now this is where it gets interesting, okay? Because, he grabs the string out of my hand, he goes, come here, sit down. Sits me on the bench and everything, he wheels his pigeon in real quick, he takes the friggin' line off real quick, he lets the bird go and everything. And here, the whole time he's going like this, he's trying to pretend, we didn't just do that, he's like, completely in his mind, nobody saw us. There's people fucking staring at us, all seniors are like, oh my god, like, I'm surprised we didn't give somebody a heart attack, okay, because like, they go there every day, and this is like their daily routine. So I'm sitting there with my dad and everything else, and he leans back, and he goes like this, I'm waiting, I'm waiting for the, the lecture, like, like, this is where dad's quarter conscious kicked back in, and I'm waiting for him to lean over me and go, hey, hey, it was fun, it's funny, stupid, don't ever do that again, don't ever do that when I'm around here and everything else, So that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the whole lecture to kick in, okay, of what we just did, yeah, it was funny, but it was wrong, okay? I hear out of the corner of my ear, I'm sitting there, and I'm facing straight, because I'm just trying to take in everything my dad's saying, and I hear, I look over, and this motherfucker must have had an extra beer in his pocket, slides the beer out of his pocket, cracks it open, takes a sip, and he looks around, and he goes, all right, now listen, I'm waiting for the lecture to come. He goes, Jack, give it about 5 minutes to take that fucking string back out there and put more bread. I fucking start pissing myself laughing, I swear to God, dude. Like, I was not expecting that. I'm waiting for the lecture and everything else. But that's just a little bit of insight of, like, the crazy type of shit that I grew up with, okay? Now, when you grow up in a situation where, your dad, it is what it is, okay? But like I said, he had a quarter conscience, okay? That's what I call it, the quarter conscience, because, he got wrapped up with his things, but, a party is still, it wasn't all bad, He still wanted to be a good guy. He still wanted to do nice, funny things for his kids and everything else. It's just they were really, really fucking unorthodox how we grew up, okay? The fun things that, like, normal people take their kids out on, go fishing. Yeah, I did these things with my dad and all, but we just threw extra crazy shit in there that people just didn't do, okay? And it's just stories that I'll never forget. They'll be with me forever, okay? And to me, they're funny as shit. Like when I tell people this shit, they don't believe me half the time, okay? They think I'm bullshitting, okay? it was just really unorthodox growing up with my dad, okay? It was always a fucking adventure, okay? Whether he was sober, whether he was loaded, okay? And like I said, it wasn't all bad, you know what I mean? He went through his sober times, he tried and everything else, you know what I mean? It is what it is, you know what I mean? Hey, shit happens. But, you know what I mean? There's a couple ways you can look at it. You can either sit there and fucking dwell on nothing, negative. And there's a lot of negative, don't get me wrong, okay? Or I can try to get through this process a little better and everything and try to keep positive, think of some stupid fucking stories and everything you grew up with. And I think I'm going to start sharing them with people and everything else. I think they're really funny. You guys let me know what you think and all. And, yeah, I mean, if you want to hear more, let me know. I mean, my story's going for days, okay? If you don't believe me, you could ask your neighbors, okay? Better yet, you could even call the police district. They'll tell you because, I mean, Christ, they were like best friends with us. They were at my house every other week. Trust me, the neighbors will tell you that one, okay? We all had all the neighbors across the street with the V blinds, okay? The reason why I say the V blinds is because there's no such thing as V blinds, okay? But they're the permanent bent blinds from people sticking a finger through them going, oh, look at these, hon, hurry up, look at these fucking people again. Here they go, cops are outside again. The V blinds, you know what I mean? But that's just how we grew up and everything else, you know what I mean? Like I said, I could sit there and dwell on nothing but negative, or I could sit there and try to have a little fun with it, try to think, you know what I mean? Not necessarily that there's a lot of fucking positive and everything else, but you know what I mean? Try to change this around, try to cope with this a little better and everything else, okay? Rather than just nothing but negative. And everybody already knows that me and my dad have fucking had battles, okay? You know what I mean? But you know, at the end of the day, he's still my father. I still love him. You know what I mean? I always wanted him to be better. I always wanted him to get, you know what I mean, greater and everything else, okay? Unfortunately, shit doesn't happen like that, okay? I got my own 2 kids now, okay? That's why I try so hard to just make sure my kids are happy, and I try to do everything that my dad always talked about doing for us. You know what I mean? I can make sure I do that for my kids, okay? And that's called stepping up and, you know what I mean, doing what you gotta do, okay? But anybody, like I said, let me know what you think about the story and all. Let me know if you want to hear more, okay? I got millions of them, like you have no idea. And I promise you everything is 100% true to a T, okay? They're going to sound extremely unorthodox, extremely unreal. No, this is a real person. This is real, the real psychotic, like, insanity ideas is just built up in this fucking guy's mind, okay? That we got, you know, we got to experience and everything that we got, you know, subjected to growing up. But like I said, hey, yeah, I mean, some was fun, some was crazy, but it all depends on how you look at it. So, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you just got to keep your head up. You got to keep moving. All right. Thank you.